be set to do the honors here. And we are underway from the Superdome. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Dalton. This is complete to Michael Thomas. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves his sticks. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. To throw here, Dalton. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Working with a 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And Dalton to throw. Trucks over him. Evades the tackler, and now some space. He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some. Touchdown, New Orleans! And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. To be in that room on Tuesday, just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And now, Charles, they're working with a short field, a chance to make this a 2-score game, and these guys haven't even worked into a lather yet here in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, how about that? You score, you take it away, get an excellent return, and now you got a chance to go up 2 scores in this game.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Dalton here from the gun. Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. Dalton now to pass. And it's caught. Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas from 8 yards out. And the Saints lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's Michael Thomas who ends it with a touchdown reception. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, 1st quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got him not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a fake. He's going to throw it. Pass is caught for a first, but he's looking for more. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Lutz good on the extra point. And it's now 21-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. This taken in at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. Lutz to try to end the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. Nixon now from his end zone. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. 44. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Running the jet sweep, Landry. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Dalton. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So on fourth down, on comes Saints kicker Will Lutz. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. They got the turnover in great field position, but not able to do anything with it. The left taking an easy 3 on the field goal.
Right about that, a great chance at a short field touchdown. On a sudden change, you take the ball away. You expect your offense to put into the end zone, but they'll take the 3 for now, even if they feel just a little bit let down.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Play action. It's Rodgers. That one caught downfield by Watson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Looking for Tunyon on the crosser, and he's got it complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Now a play fake. Rodgers. He'll find Jones again, complete. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers get a bit closer. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. Now, the scoreboard still does not look good, but at least they polished off that goose egg.
Yeah, they've been thoroughly outplayed in the first half. Finally, a little spark of life, but it's going to take a lot more to add to that flame for them to thoroughly get back into this one.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Fielded at about the 28. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. P.J. Williams with a pick. And the Saints are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Glenn getting set for quarter number 3 here. Nixon now from his end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. And Charles, I mean, look, you don't bench a starter of his caliber, but 4 first-half interceptions. How do you handle it from here?
Well, the easy thing is right away you try and run the football, take some pressure off of it, but you know the defense understands that as well. My second thing is give him throws that are safer, throws that he's confident in, the ones that he likes to make, and that way you try and get his confidence back up.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. play action. Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
He finds Watson. It's caught. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 2nd down, another shot for Jones. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 to the 3. Now, being contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive play. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game.
Touchdown, Packers! Mercedes Lewis from 3 yards out. And the Packers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Rodgers will throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Dalton. Thomas wide open. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
That's good for the Saints.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. To the 43, 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 2nd.
Here's Dalton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us, when the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit him with it.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Tano passing you. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line.
First down.
On play action. Now Rodgers. Eyes the crossing route and hits Watson. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Jones trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Second and goal from the 1. On the sneak, Rodgers. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Aaron Rodgers scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Packers go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion. And now we're back to a 1-score game. And that almost makes it a brand-new ball game. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Passing, it's Dalton. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So now Rodgers in the pack. Down by 8, 2:25 remaining. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. And he'll let this go deep from Lazard. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Rodgers going to throw. The left side completion to Jones. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. Here's where this crowd can really help make things difficult. It's 3rd and 3. Completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. And he's going to have a Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. To throw is Rodgers. Pass complete, Tunyon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Rodgers to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Now Rodgers. Forced out to his left. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Back to throw, Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones.
And sometimes against that, you get out to a running back, and it can turn into a big game downfield. Really nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He finds Watson complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. He's back to throw. On the move to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And down inside the 15 he goes. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
He'll look to throw. A check down here to Jones. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Everything was riding on that 2-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
Taken in at the 3. Now the Saints coming back out, ready to go for this next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Darnell Savage there to make the tackle. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball, scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. And now the Packers get set to go. We think back to halftime, they were close to being written off. They faced the deficit, and now here's we begin overtime. They're one drive away from a comeback victory.
Think about where they started and how far they've come back from. And look, you and I both know that when we talk with coaches, most of the time they don't say that momentum is something that factors into how they coach a ball game. Because they say each game is its own entity. But within a game, I think they all believe in momentum. And they certainly have it going on their direction right now.
And this will be a Packers first down as good running gets him to about the 44. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 second down. And quickly they get to the line. Again, it's Jones. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Rodgers with a keeper. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll run for it with Dillon. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. 4th and inches in plus territory. That seemed like a prime spot to go for.
It certainly did, and there's so many things that go into it. Are you too far away for a field goal, but not far away to punt it? Do you just feel like your offense is better? I just think in today's NFL, offense feels like it has to take care of the football, has to keep the ball, because scoring is up. You better maximize every possession. You trust your offense more than you trust your defense in today's league.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And then we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
The kick by Crosby is good, and with it, they have taken the lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up, because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? The overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone, because they're going to play everything back, keep everything in front.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Dalton. He's got Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Here's Dalton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise. The crowd.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Dalton. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major League kudos to them, because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Well, partner, you and I were excited